Hey everybody, it is Justin, your guide into Legends of the Mara, and we're going to be talking about the community spaces recap and the news that you may have missed over that pretty big space that kind of goes over interoperability, transparency, good games, and the way that Faraway has been tasked with pushing the IP into the mainstream light and just having a good experience for most people looking towards the Ukiverse. So before we start, I know a lot of you guys are looking towards the point calculator and the point system inside of the Faraway ecosystem. I think it should touch upon it in this thread that we'll go into in just a second. But basically, if you wanted to check your points per your heavies or your kotas or your kotamaras, you'll be able to visit the Otherside-Wiki link and use that calculator below. So again, I'll show you guys how essentially you're going to want to pull up your ID number for the asset that you want to track. My head is in the way, but I'm actually pulling Elka's ID number here. You can kind of see it at the very top here. I'm just using another page because it's easy. I have it open all the time anyways, but you can pull this from Magic Eden or say OpenSea or whatever. But basically, you'll want to navigate to the tab that you are going to calculate your points for, and you'll just enter your token ID. And it should auto-populate it for you. I don't have a heavy, so this will be a little bit more difficult, but again, you guys that have heavy metals will kind of understand how this works. But in the instance of, say, a Kotamara, I would just type in my ID number. It's going to pull up Elka. I have 1,290 total points. You can kind of see the base points are calculated here. You know, the origin roll hunter 600 points. The origin rarity, if it's epic, it's it gets the extra bonus points for 450, as well as the catalyst type. So you can kind of see your breakdown here, and then of course you'll be able to mess around with the rolls here and kind of see how that updates your score. So again, if I were to add in environmental, entwined, overload, or nascent, you can kind of see how that impacts the scoring here. Oh my god, my head was actually in the way. I didn't notice that. But anyways, you'll be able to see that if you change your particular catalyst type. I think all the catalyst types are the same except for the high bar. So there's not really that much difference with that. But outside of that, you can kind of just mess around and figure out what your score is. But okay, bigger things outside of that. What are the scores going to be used for? That's a good question. But as of right now, don't necessarily know. It's probably going to be used inside of the Faraway ecosystem when you're playing the new game activations, Legends of the Mara Rise and whatever they have coming in the future. But we should probably just break down this thread as we see fit. So let's just get right into it. Here are the things that matter to us. Number 1, interoperability. Number 2, transparency. And number 3, good games, right? So again, the focus is around creating fun, social, and interoperable experiences, right? We should be able to play we should be able to use our assets in many places as possible, right? This includes first-party experiences as well as third-party partner experiences. Interoperability means demand, right? And then additionally, they talk about transparency. So literally, Everyday Zucchini has been in the Discord answering questions if you have them in the game, in those channels. So that's pretty awesome. There have also been some peaks from Everyday Zucchini. I remember posting some of these. Again, there's some sick heavy metal Evo 2 peaks inside of that heavy Discord channel. So you should go join the Discord Faraway, the Faraway Discord. But yeah, basically transparency, and then also talk about good games as well. So our entire focus is making games and this level of focus is why we believe we are the best stewards for Legends of the Mara and heavy metal. We don't make AAA games ourselves. We would love to partner with experienced AAA titles that would incorporate heavy metal and Legends of the Mara brands. So essentially, they're focused, just on those casual games that, just reach those mainstream audiences at that mass scale. Just that first good touch for most people, right? You need to establish that first, in my opinion. And then there's also that balance between degen and free-to-play games, right? There's always a dedicated degen experience as well as mass market experiences designed to expand awareness. So those things, Anyways, Doogie Dash, basically Doogie Dash. In addition to Legends of the Mara Rise, things like Serum City, because they are stewards of that as well. But basically, degen experience will be browser PC first, and then mass market experiences will be mobile first. So you can kind of see that segmentation of the market there. And then additionally, okay, how do NFTs play into those degen experiences, right? So NFTs will be either number 1, required for play, or number 2, have a substantial advantage over other in-game purchasable assets. So curious to see how that works. That actually makes a lot of sense. I would want to delineate why this strategy is being implemented, right? So, if you guys aren't familiar, Google and Apple app stores have particular rule sets when it comes to, in-game tokens and gating things to free-to-play markets, which is why the degen experiences are just browser and PC experiences, right? So that's why NFTs can have that utility within the degen experiences, but in the mass experience they can't, because you're within the rules of the Google and the Apple App Store, right? So again, they're going to highlight this basically here, right? So NFTs will give a large early boost, but with enough grind, a free-to-play player can reach that power parity, right? That is currently a rule for publishing on mobile platforms, but it may change as policies evolve, right? So we're pretty nascent in the space with regards to Web3 gaming. So again, okay, let's talk about heavy metal updates, part 1 and 2. So the priority order is to, number 1, finish the tech migration of the heavy metal code/services, and then number 2, mint amps. So you must finalize the layer 2 first, because gas is not that great when it's very high. And then number 3, complete Evo 2. So with the same license rights as Evo 1, right? So again, the update for part 2 is as stands here. So in parallel, we will be discussing with the community what a dedicated heavy metal game should look like. In the short term, however, heavy metals will have the utility in both Legends of Tomorrow Rebirth Season 4. Ooh, I'm totally out of the loop with regards to Legends of Tomorrow Rebirth. So we have a Season 4, holy moly, and Serum Cities Season 2. So again, since Legends of Tomorrow and Serum City are within that umbrella of Faraway, we'll be able to have heavy metal utility within those particular ecos. So, oh, that's a curious point. What will a heavy metal game look like? What do you guys think? That's a good one. I always think about heavies as like I don't know, like fighting mechs or like Gundam style mechs. That's what I personally always thought them as. They always looked really cool in that way. So I always I mean, if we pull over and look at them, I mean, like, aren't these supposed to be fighters? Like, they look like they're supposed to shoot each other. That would be pretty sick. So again, we'll have to see how that evolves over time. But okay, what about the upcoming roadmap and a public priority list, right? So we don't give dates until we were 100% confident, and that's just a recipe for disappointment in game development, right? So, however, we publish a roadmap in the coming weeks that outlines our priorities so everybody understands the order of operations. So let's talk about Legends of Tomorrow, right? So first thing, there are 2 Legends of Tomorrow games in development. Wow, we got 2. Okay, so the first one is Legends of Tomorrow Rebirth, which is the degen game. So this is the web browser first experience, right? This is what we currently have, right? And then additionally, the second one is the Legends of Tomorrow Rise mass market game, which will go to mobile, right? That will establish the brand in the mainstream, establish that foothold there. So, okay, what about Rebirth first? So, part 1, this is the current Shattered game with more robust RPG features. We will launch Season 3.5 continuation season and fall. Wait, hold. Pause. I need to reread this. We will launch a Season 3.5 continuation season, followed by a Season 4 where the Shattered bosses fight back, and some more surprises. So, pretty interesting. Curious how that's going to work. Are we going to just be able to farm more sediments? Probably get some more stuff. We'll have to see what those loot boxes drop at the end of the seasons. So, or throughout those particular seasons. So, okay, what about Rebirth Part 2? So, you will win points and mist. Points and mist. Okay, that answered my question. And we'll be able to we'll be able to farm sediment at a lower farming rate and lower supply cap. So it's gonna go faster, but slow. Anyways, depending on the Kodamara supply at the end of Season 3, catalysts may be added to rewards. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to evolve my second Mara pretty soon here, so you might look out for a reaction video there, because I know Season 3 is gonna end pretty soon here. So, catalysts may be added to rewards. That's pretty exciting. We got to get as many of those as we can. Okay, let's talk about Legends of Tomorrow Rise. I'm saying Legends of Tomorrow so many times. Legends of Tomorrow. So this is the mobile strategy game. We are early in dev, but we will share progress when we are ready for public feedback. So ships will be featured in Legends of Tomorrow Rise, but given our focus on interoperability, that is not the only place they will have utility. Interesting. Where would that go? There are only a couple of games they could go to, so good question. I'll let you guys figure that one out. So anyways, Legends of the Mara X Serum City. So Kodomaras and Heavy Metals will be added to Serum City Season 2 as functional in-game characters with utility. Ooh, I was not aware of that. I was super not aware of that. That's pretty sick. Holy moly. Wow. Okay, and then points, right? What you've been waiting for, part 1. For many reasons, there is a limited amount that we can say about points right now, but here's what we can say. So points is our penultimate measure of engagement within our ecosystem on a recency basis. So it's what we care about. It's what you should care about. So this is going to break down into base points and extra points. So again, as I highlighted in the Otherside-Wiki tool, there were 2 things, right? There's base points. So these are the OG points you are starting with based on your NFT attributes and prior game performance, right? So again, I do have that link in the description with the Otherside-Wiki, so the points calculator and wallet leaderboards. And then number 3 is the extra points. So these are the points you gain from participating in future games across our ecosystem, right? These includes both first-party and third-party partner experiences, and then these extra points reward those who continue to actively participate. So I'm assuming these will be, just the game experiences that we play over time, probably some bonuses and stuff like that. But yeah, so total points equal the base points plus extra points. So basically there's a lot of math here. I would just rely on the Otherside-Wiki tooling so you don't have to do that math in your head and try to figure out how that works. But basically points accrual. Points won from games will accrue at your Faraway account level, and then you assign points to each eligible NFT. So Legends of the Mara points. Oh, dang, they got a lot of stuff here. Okay, so there's Legend of the Mara points, so you can only assign LOTM points to LOTM NFTs, so Maras, Kodomaras, and Kodas. And then Heavy Metal points, you can only assign them to heavies, so that kind of makes sense. And then once points are assigned to any NFTs, they cannot be transferred to any other NFT or back to your Faraway account. It's a one-way door. So if you've made it to the end, you've earned both an unofficial Faraway achievement and the many thanks from A. Paley, Everyday Zucchini, and Zero Extends. Now back to work. It's time. This is the final thread in the thread. So again, that's just basically the ginormous Faraway community space recap. I will have it linked in the description if you need to read that and kind of just go through it and get the details. But again, I'll also have the Otherside-Wiki Faraway points calculator tool in the description as well. So then you can calculate what you need and what you have. So anyways, definitely hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this content. Always keen to give that brief update, but I need to get down to business and see which catalyst I have so I can put that on the channel. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.